just so grungy. I think because he killed his wife and kids, it actually is just a little bit more hardcore.
Yeah, we're on, fellas.
But that's hardcore, though.
That he killed his wife and kids.
Yeah. It makes the music better.
Yeah.
It makes it more real.
Maybe I have to kill my wife and kids.
That's what I'm missing.
This is Jackson of the Sausage Boys podcast. I'm your host. We got here our
mic actually is off.
we got our co-host.
Yo, what's good? Terry Cruz of Sydney. Peace.
And this is our first episode with a guest.
Yeah.
We have of German lineage.
We're only having German guests on.
We're only having...
We better get used to that.
German
or if they're not
last
German, they just hate a specific group of frugal people.
So welcome to the Proud Boys podcast. We've got our guest on today.
Adam Grabsch.
I'm not a fan
Grabsch.
of the name Adam. I'm not a
Cabbage.
fan of the
Do
name
you
Adam.
actually not remember it? Or...
Grab it. Grab
Grab
oh,
her
no,
grab her by the itch.
grab and then Schwartz.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. I just confused.
Grabsch.
Grab Schwartz.
Oh, Grabsch.
Yeah, not
Adam Grabsch.
Schwartz. Now that's super racist. Like,
Grab Schwartz. Grab the Schwartz watches.
no, because Schwartz means black. So it's just
Oh.
like grab
Oh, does it?
Schwartz.
I noticed a little eye flare because you said that to Kate on then.
That doesn't
That's
seem
nice.
racist, actually. That
Schwartz.
just seems like a guy who's really into grabbing black dicks, doesn't it? Like grab Schwartz.
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Anybody seen Spaceballs?
No.
Star Wars ripoff, and there's the Schwartz instead of the Force.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Schwartz does mean black.
In what?
That's what in German. That's why it's so weird that Schwarzenegger. It's like black.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's like, "Hey, what's up with your name, man?" Like
His last name's Schwartz and he's like, that's not on the nose enough.
There's too many
Yeah.
Schwartz around this area. That's the only,
nigger, like
that's the only
black
thing.
nigger, like
I'm so glad someone's saying that word on this podcast. We needed a
We're off to a good
soundbite.
start.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Wait, so black people actually...
I'd like to
invented the watch.
emphasize the E.
The E.
The E. In
I'd
that.
like to emphasize the ER.
Schwarzenegger. Not not switching out that.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, thanks heaps for being here, man. This is
vowel.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
sick.
Thanks for having me.
Sick. So we met Adam doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which has been sick. Me and Kate had a very... How long you been doing it for, by the way?
Yeah, like I don't know. Like a bit over a year, but in Wollongong it was like once every 3 months. So I count. So when I moved up here, it's been like 6 months, maybe 8 months. So that's when I count.
You're from the Gong?
Yeah, and I hate it. So
Yeah. I feel like everyone from Wollongong hates Wollongong.
yeah, I went there on Sunday and I brought Anno and Kat, which whoever's listening
Anno?
to this doesn't even know who the fuck.
Anno's the guy, the Afro
Anno's-
guy.
Anorexic.
Yeah, that's a good name for him because he's super skinny.
Yeah.
And he has
And then
a eating
after you
disorder.
left, he's like, "I'm African." I'm like, "Your name's Gomez. I just assumed you were
I
Hispanic."
thought he was Hispanic as well.
It's Gomez with an
Yeah.
S.
Let's just talk
as well.
about other
Have you noticed
comedians
that?
like behind their back. Yeah, I thought he was Hispanic.
Yeah, no, he's
Yeah.
And he looks Hispanic. What's up with his hair? He's got like the nice Hispanic hair.
Yeah, well, it's good to know you're kicking him out of the African.
Yeah,
group.
I wouldn't have him on the team.
I mean, he's a bit skinny, right?
Yeah, he made a joke about it last week, and I was like, wait, what do you mean? African. Oh, no, you didn't!
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, guys, I think it's funny.
Anyway,
Schwarzenegger means black and...
Sorry, you were saying you went down to Newcastle.
No, Wollongong.
No.
Like that is a pet peeve of mine.
See,
You
what,
don't
you're
go
up
to
on-
the
you're up on the
fuck
Gold
down to
Coast,
Newcastle. You go up to Newcastle. You go
Oh, I'm
down to
exactly
Wollongong.
the same because I'm from down south as well.
Yeah.
And people
up
are always saying up north, and I'm like, I'll fucking kill you.
I
I'll
hate
fucking
that.
murder your family.
Up north makes sense though.
No, because I'm from down south. So like, I'll go down.
Oh yeah. But yeah, my family was like, "Oh, so you're moving down to Sydney?" I'm like, "No, because that would take too fucking long. I'm moving up to Sydney because that takes like 25. No, it takes.
I hate that stuff. It's so... It just means you have too much time. Do you know what I mean? Because you know what they're talking about. You know exactly what they're talking about. But he's like, I'm going to choose to be difficult.
It seems like some that you'd
no,
call
I'm
out.
choosing to be difficult. Yeah.
If you'd like being with your girlfriend for like 5 years, that's the kind of shit that you'd fight over. Like you'd just be in the car, you'd have the perfect morning,
But I'll
they'd say
fight
something
over
like that.
I'll fight over that to like a stranger at a bus stop. Like I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna ruin your day.
So we've got polar opposites here.
Yeah. Let's go down to the coffee shop. And it's like, well, it's up to the coffee shop. Or you just be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
But even more passive aggressive, be like, I don't know what you mean.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Up to the coffee shop.
Yeah, no, that's totally different. We're talking about like
No,
longitude and latitude.
I'm
on
that
a
petty.
map.
I'm that
Like
petty.
I'm not that specific of like up to the coffee shop. But my ex was like, she was like, head west. I'm like, just fucking say left or right. For fuck's sake. And she's
Oh,
like,
that's not on.
Or you can work out the west based off the sun. And I'm like, I'm at a street. Just tell me like.
I'm going 100 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
There's a dead guy in my boot right now, and you're telling me to go west?
Yeah, and we're in a mall, and she's like, head west. And it's like, work it out from the sun. I'm like, there is no sun.
she's-
We're
she's
indoors. Like, you're
autistic.
insane.
She's
Was she?
autistic.
No, she did Girl Guide. So I guess.
She was
kinda-
German.
She did Girl
she
Guide,
wasn't
like
German.
currently when you were dating her.
What?
What about like if you were going like
So she's
upstairs?
just obsessed with maps and shit. No, you
Okay.
don't-
Girl
No,
Guide.
hear me out. Hear me out. What about if it was like
Upstairs.
if someone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go downstairs," and they walk upstairs? Would you be like, "That's fine," or would you?
I'm
what
gonna
would
go
you-
downstairs.
And then they
go
walked
upstairs.
upstairs.
That's
just-
a good one. You got me
That's
there.
just stupid, right?
You got me there.
Would you call
That's
them
it.
out, or would you let it be?
I would probably. Oh man, that's a hard one. That's a really hard one. I'm just gonna go upstairs. But you know what they're talking about. It's like, yeah, no, let's go.
No, you don't. If you're,
If I'm just gonna go downstairs.
If you're on the 4th floor and they're like, I'm gonna go upstairs, and there's like 10 floors, you don't know where the fuck they're going if they're going downstairs. It's like, just use words what they mean.
But you're gonna go downstairs to the point. It's not like, how about we say
No.
I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm
if
gonna
they
go
say
right,
go
left.
upstairs 2 flights of stairs and they mean go down, you just gone in the wrong direction. That's just fucking stupid.
But if we're here in the house and there's only stairs that
just-
go up and I say I'm gonna go
yeah,
downstairs.
In this context,
Yeah, in this context, it's fine.
I would still call you an idiot because like you can't go downstairs.
What if they
But
were
I'm
like,
going
"I'm
to-
gonna go west," and they just jumped off a roof? Would
No, I think if you say I'm gonna go west and you're in a building,
just got a little beep out of Noah for that one. He liked that one.
He likes that one.
if you're in a building and you say I'm gonna go west, the appropriate thing is to kill yourself. So no, I'd be on board with that. Yeah.
Yes, I'm enjoying this. It's good.
Yeah.
Woo!
But I like that though. What is Girl Scouts? It's
Well,
like
I said Girl Guides.
I never said Girl
Scouts
Scouts.
is an American.
Oh yeah, I thought is it the same thing? Girl Guide.
Girl Guides.
So you're
and
doing
Girl
it right now. You're doing exactly what we're talking about. Girl Scouts. I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
what Girl.
I have no idea what
so
Girl Scouts is.
is the American, but in Australia we call it Girl Guides.
Is it where they get like Labradors for women to kind of give them direction because they need a dog to help them out, go places.
No.
They need a dog to be like, "Come on, we've been here for 15 minutes. I know you're not going to buy anything, and even if you don't need it."
They start fires, I guess. It's like- they go camping and shit. All the
Yeah.
shit I don't want to do.
Girls
Like,
do. Girls don't get cold. Oh, girls are always cold.
Girls are always cold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Same thing.
Same thing.
I love how you can just take this to like the most extreme. It's like the Nazis loved the Jews. Like
I don't know what the hell you're talking
they
about.
loved them
loved
so
them or
much they
wanted
kept
to,
them warm
yeah,
with that
yeah.
gas and stuff. Like
Sorry, but you were saying you went to Canberra the other day.
what?
You went to Wollongong.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the point of that was
So it's up on the Gold Coast.
Anno and
and-
Kat were like, how awesome is the gong? I'm like, firstly, stop saying the gong. Fuck that. Secondly,
Isn't that what everyone calls it?
No.
What do you call it?
It's like, that's like a marketing campaign.
Oh.
I call it a shithole. Like, that's what it's not that terrible. Like,
People apparently it's better than
Oi.
Sydney in places to live. Like I looked on a bunch of websites. It's like one
Okay.
of the best places in Australia.
I want
to
to.
live.
Oh,
It
just
depends on
quickly.
what you
Just
like.
quickly. I want to open an Asian brothel in Wollongong and call it Bang the Gong. Let it resonate.
Yeah, you can sit with it.
no,
Sit with that one for a little while.
Yeah.
Or there already is one.
I mean, there's a lot of Asian brothels in Wollongong. I
But
don't know
Bang
if-
the Gong?
I don't know if any.
Why
of
do you
them
think
call
I was
Bang
up
the Gong,
there?
But most of them are run by Asians, not by white guys. So like,
So I've got an in.
yeah, you'd be the niche there.
Yeah, my name's
it's
Bang.
Not, It's not terrible. It's just like I like more of a city vibe, and
Yeah.
it's less of a city vibe, and
Yeah.
it's more methy. Like, so that's and certain parts are kind of racist.
That's why I stayed. Because I
No, that's why. Yeah, it's just
that's
uncomfortable.
why.
Yeah.
And like, as you know, Kat's trans, so it's like,
What's
I don't know.
that?
No, we don't know. I don't think we've met Kat.
you haven't met Kat?
No, not yet. I don't think.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
By the way, this is going to be an insight to the Sydney comedy scene, so you will be getting a.
it's
I
just
mean,
like
name-dropping
a
a lot of the
thing
characters.
of like who's gonna try and kill her. Like, it's not that bad. But we also the gig was in like one of the dodgiest parts of Wollongong, which is Port Kembla.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is where you used to get up regularly.
It's once a month. So yeah, I've
Oh,
done it
only
a couple
on
of
once a
times.
month.
And it's a clean show in a place that's famous for prostitutes and heroin. It's like, this is a weird vibe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you're trying to make some jokes. There's just a bunch of fucking methed out people in the audience, like, say some racial things. And you're like, I can't. I have to joke about,
So
like...
airplane food's weird, huh? Wait, what's that?
I don't think
weird-
that's funny, actually. Those
Like-
people put a lot of time into those meals. And effort.
But the person who runs it is cool, and she runs a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I have weird facts about airplane food.
Let's
I might
hear
as well
it.
just say that.
Why does it give you so much gas?
What?
Wait,
Why is it every time I have a meal on an aeroplane, I have to masturbate in the bathroom of that airplane?
yeah. No, that's a thing they do. It's to keep you occupied. It's a long flight, right? They
it
just
would be
put a
so
little
much...
bit of Viagra in every meal. Yeah.
Well, I guess.
No, apparently,
You guys boned up.
because of the air pressure, you can't taste food as well. So they were doing like gourmet, not gourmet, but like really good quality food, and it was like wasted. So they had these chefs making this really good food that you couldn't taste properly. So they're like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's give them like pig trough, like quality shit. Fuck them.
I think it also...
It's still like a level down, like because in first class, apparently, it's still like it doesn't taste as good as it would on the ground, but it's still. It's nice.
You don't have your taste
But they're
buds.
like, yeah.
I'm going to save my meal till we land.
delicious. I don't know what you guys are on about.
But you wouldn't eat the economy stuff on the ground. But they're like, how
sushi
cheap
land.
can we get away with it because they can't taste it properly? So let's give them like McDonald's reject mixed with like a dollar store microwave meal.
If I was eating cheeseburgers up there, I reckon I'd be chuffed. I reckon I would enjoy a burger
Where are
up in
you
there.
from? Chuffed.
Chuffed. I'm from the South Coast.
Okay,
Mate,
so are
from
they
Bristol.
like still
I'll
in
be
the
chuffed.
20s or something? Like what? Chuffed.
Chuffed.
Oh, yes.
Look it up, Noah. It means something.
No, it means pleased. I know what it means, but it's like when my mum says it's like, no, your mum's supposed to say that.
Your mum actually taught me it.
Whoa!
Boom, boom,
Damn.
boom.
That
Because
makes
she said,
sense.
I am not chuffed with you making jokes at my expense. That's very rude.
Yeah.
Round the world, baby. Woo! We back.
Yeah.
Around the world's flat. Anyway, back in the flat Earth. But I think they use something to like suppress you going to the bathroom, so you don't get like.
Really?
Yeah, I heard. What's the thing? It's not a.
Then why are they making you masturbate? Like that's counterproductive. Oh, so they
Yeah, 'cause
just
so
they want the
they want it to smell good.
The airplane bathrooms full of cum, not shit.
Yes. They don't want you dropping doo-doos.
What do they do with the duties on the plane?
You don't do because the food I think has.
No.
What is it that stops you from going
Don't
to the
listen to
bathroom?
him.
No, I think
they store it. I think
there's
one
actually
point they
something
used
in
to
it, though.
shoot it out of the plane, but I think they've stopped doing that now.
Well, if it's over the ocean, it shouldn't be a problem, should it?
I don't know. It'd suck if you're on like a yacht.
just
You're like
Superman.
You're like Spielberg.
Come on, man.
You're on this $1 billion yacht, and you're like partying with all these chicks, and this shit just comes down.
You're like holding Rose up in the Titanic. You're like, this is such a beautiful moment.
A single tear rolls down your cheek, and God, I love scat.
It's a German cruise. German guest.
Yeah, he like
that's a German
deliberately
thing.
set up his yacht to get it. It's like, there's no way these chicks are gonna let me shit on them, so I'll time it perfectly.
Klaus, I have good news. We have a plane coming over in 3 o'clock. So bring Ingrid out there and have a little bit of fun, yes? I'm pretty sure they do use something to like stop you making doo-doo in the food.
I love how we've just mentioned scat, and you're like doo doo. It's like
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
how are you trying to clean this up by not saying shit now? Like,
It's cute. It's cute.
So they just fire it out. Or they don't. No, they hold it.
I don't. You know what? I don't know. But I think they have fired it out previously. But
I've got to drop some manure. Is it manure? Or is that
what?
manure?
You saying manure? Weird?
Manure.
Manure. Like the Italian
Manure.
way of saying it or something?
I have
manure.
to, drop a manure. I have to make make a manure in my pants. Got too excited.
I've definitely done wee-wees on a plane. Absolutely.
Everyone's done wee-wees.
Yeah. I
Like-
think I've taken a shit on it.
You're not special. Everyone's done wee-wees on a plane.
It's not comfortable though. It's horrible. Taking
Doing
a
wee-wees?
shit- No, taking
Oh.
a shit on a plane.
I can't
I've
remember
done
doing
it,
a shit on the
yeah.
plane.
You've done. I usually take a bunch
Of wee-wees on
A
the plane.
bunch of shits on the plane.
doo-doos. Yeah. Oh,
How
no,
long are
usually-
these
You
flights?
said you don't do doo-doos.
No, I
you
think there's
do?
something in the food because I'm taking
Yeah,
doo-doos
but he's
a lot.
like, you know what? My laxatives are going to counteract.
Yes,
So
yeah.
it's not. He's just paranoid. So he's just taking like 50 laxatives.
I have laxatives as soon as I land because like I'm all blocked up and I'm like, what's this food done to me? But I think they put something in the food. What's the opposite of a laxative? To stop you from doo-dooing your pants, manuring.
I don't know. I'd like to point out now, I'm not a chemist or like an engineer or like whatever you
I
guys
thought you
think
were
I
German.
Yeah, I'm German, so I'm
German
just an
engineer.
engineer chemist.
Engineer chemist.
Yeah, what's the opposite of a laxative?
Yeah, what is it? Because I know they put it in the
Stool
food.
hardener, I guess.
Stool hardener.
Anti-diarrheals.
Anti-diarrheals. I think they put anti-diarrheals in the
Oh.
food in planes because they don't want everyone making doo-doo.
How come they made a nice name for laxative? Because it's not like pro-diarrheals.
Laxative.
And like for the reverse, they're like, nah, let's not sugarcoat
Lax.
this. It's an anti-diarrheal.
Laxative. So why do they call it laxative?
Um,
All right.
Lax.
I imagine
Yeah.
if like just laxatives were like a popular drug just for kids. Do you think they'll just start taking laxatives like at the club or something like that? Guys, you want to pop a laxative?
What?
Maybe before you go out, you could take some laxatives so your stomach's empty, so you get fucked up quicker.
Or
Maybe.
it feels good.
People
to,
who are really into anal take a lot of
they do take a lot of
yeah.
laxatives.
Oh, really?
And do enemas and stuff, yeah, to clean it all out. Yeah. I don't know about the
Oh.
laxative. They do enemas to clean it all out, yeah.
Enemas.
You
It's
don't
like
know
a
what it-
douche.
I got enemas.
Yeah, it's an
Got a
anal
lot of
douche.
Enemas. I'm planning on having some anal gay sex tonight with my enemas. Little Drizzy Drake reference.
Drizzy Drake reference.
Is that a
Can-
Drake
is-
reference?
Yeah, it was a Drake reference.
I got enemies. Got a lot of enemies.
Got a lot of enemas.
Yeah, I don't listen to Drake.
But
Not because he's black.
Love-
'cause he's
He's yeah, the other thing.
Canadian.
Yeah, Canadian. Yeah. Canadian.
No, we were actually just discussing people calling Drake the GOAT, which is just ridiculous to me.
Yeah, you don't like his stuff.
Well, he's in the same generation as Kendrick Lamar, and even J. Cole like smashes Drake. Like, what are we doing? Like, why are we kidding? Is it because he's Canadian and he's nice, so everyone's nice to him?
Oh, he's a goat of like pop music.
Yeah, he's so easy to listen to.
Yeah, he's easy to listen to. I'll give you that. But if you can't listen to Kendrick Lamar, do you deserve hip hop? Like,
He's like a laxative.
Oh, that's tricky. It's a tricky debate, that one.
What we
just
talking about?
listen to fucking Taylor Swift. Like, just fuck off. Like,
What we talking
But
about?
I want to get pumped. Like, I want to be in the gym
do you
listening.
get pumped listening to
Oh, he's
Drake?
great.
Yeah.
He's great. Yeah.
Really?
You're on the wrong podcast, V.
no. That's
Bagging out
fine.
Drake.
That's fine. Enjoy Drake. It's
This is the OVO cast.
Yeah.
We appreciate the way you're coming.
so
out
like when
boy,
you,
like this.
you wake up in the morning, you're like, I got to go to the gym. You have a cup of tea.
Put on some
have
Drake.
biscuits, some scones.
Quick enema.
Listen to some Drake.
Yeah, pop a quick, have a quick enema, take some laxative, and go meet your boyfriend and get at it. CrossFit.
Drake pumps me up. Kendrick in the gym. Kendrick's more
I wish
art.
Drake would pump me up.
Yeah, no.
I'd have to
Kendrick
li-
is art, but like Backstreet Freestyle, there's no way that like is.
How many times can you listen to Backstreet Freestyle
I've listened to it like,
while having gay sex?
What about
Backseat.
back door? I was literally.
no. Well, having gay sex, I think you got to have Drake on. Yeah.
When you're having gay sex,
Yeah.
you freestyle it, or do you have like planned moves?
I don't know.
You just
Who's
go
got
back
the
there and,
most-
like,
who's got
freestyle
the
it? Just go
most
back there and
experience with
freestyle.
this.
You know, experience with it.
Just lay out a blueprint.
Be like, yeah, this is my. It's kind of like having a set. If you're gonna have gay sex, do you think you have like a set?
Is that all sex or just gay sex?
Yeah, it would be all, wouldn't it? Do you guys have a set that you
For
go to
sex?
when you're making love?
No.
Yeah.
You like to. You got to go to.
Yeah, normally, because I want to start strong and finish strong. That's what they say,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I normally like hit him with the old,
I
like,
don't really care. Huh?
You know,
Boy,
if
my-
I want to go, I'm like, blow.
yeah. So I normally just like give them lots of compliments, give them kisses on the nipples.
Ooh.
And
And this is like your go-to.
this is the go-to.
Yeah.
I just like,
Compliments.
I just
while
tell them
kissing
how
on
beautiful
the-
they are. Just chase them down the street. Just send them messages like, show me your bobs and vag. That's normally my go-to. It normally ends with a cry wank. That's my finish strong. You guys?
I really like to see the gels.
I don't know. I think there's a lot less moves. Like like porn, if you're watching porn and be like, I'm gonna get my moves from porn,
Yeah.
like I don't do half that shit.
I think.
Like,
What about the first time? What about the first time? I know you try to kind of go at it like a porn star. I think that's the go-to.
The first
And it's
time,
always like, whoa, this
Is
is.
it?
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will be
Because you watch
great.
so much
It's way
porn.
too aggressive.
And it is, and the girls like they pick up on it straight away. It's like, what is going on here? And
Yeah,
then you
no,
realize,
I don't
oh, you
think
shouldn't
I
do
don't
that.
do I don't do that because I think it's like, why are you trying to make me cry? It's like,
Why do you have your Timberlands on, and why are you pushing my head inside?
I love how you think I own Timberlands.
But it is. You usually go at it for the first time too aggressive, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, porn isn't real life.
What about spunking the first time? A lot of dudes don't spunk the first time because they're too in their head.
I didn't the
I didn't.
first time I had sex. I didn't.
You
Didn't?
No.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I don't think I did either the very first time.
Very first time.
Yeah.
It's always awkward.
Because I always hear like guys are like really quick the first time.
I know, same.
Like,
That's always.
But I
the
could last
thing.
forever. Like I still can.
No, I can't now because I'm like,
Yeah.
I last forever unless it's a man.
It was weird. I was with someone I
only
wasn't
thing.
attracted to. So it was sort of-
Because she was a woman. And then.
No,
started being with man.
let's not roast it too much. It wasn't my thing. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So who is she? Let's look her up.
What's her first last name?
I don't even know her last.
Oh, that's. She
so
doesn't
was
have
it-
one. She just got one
And it
name
wasn't
like
at one
McLovin.
time either. We were fucking for like
Her
4
name is.
months.
Her name is.
We're getting engaged next week. I don't really know her last name. But,
Yeah, I
she's
think
gonna
that-
have my last name. So imagine that's
Wait,
like
wait.
you marry a girl because you
That's
can't
the
remember her last
tactic.
name.
That's how I remember her last name. It's mine.
Fine.
And then somehow you forget your own because it's hers.
You're like, oh,
They're
wait a second.
What's your last name?
Oh.
I don't know. It's
I don't know. It's like
it's
Grabsch
mine.
or something. You're like Beyonce. She's like, get out of my house. You're like, where's all my stuff? She's like, to the west, to the west. No, I was just thinking. Oh yeah, girls. You know.
Take her on an aeroplane.
Girls-
Girls get remembering her name.
girls don't normally come their first time, and neither do boys. So why do we even start having sex? We should just not.
Is that
Let's
a
not
thing,
and
though?
say we
I think
did.
a lot
Not
of
do
guys
it.
do come the first time.
A lot do.
Girls.
No, guys.
Girls.
Girls. What?
Girls don't come anytime in my
What are you
experience.
talking about, man? No, don't be ridiculous. No, I think that's like the standard, right? I was also really drunk fucking someone I wasn't into. So like,
That's a lot of people's first time as well, isn't it?
oh, so maybe like that whole coming the first time. That was back when people didn't have alcohol.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, how old? How old were you? How old were we when we
I
lost
was 22 or 23.
it? Wow.
Yeah, a bit older.
Late bloomer.
I'd rather not say.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I've
That's an
really-
option, by the way.
No,
You can be out to
I don't
any.
care.
You can be out to any question. By the way, we go
Yeah.
pretty. We're a bit of a raucous podcast.
Well,
We're not like the other podcasts.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is just like there's a safety blanket. We'll go somewhere. If you're ever not comfortable there, just say the answer anyway.
Yeah.
Say the
I just want to
N-
clarify you.
answer. What does the N stand for?
You started the podcast by implying I was a Nazi, but then thought
That
be
wasn't an
uncomfortable-
implication.
and then thought I would be uncomfortable by saying I had sex. With
No.
I wasn't 45.
Yeah, no,
like-
I understand you're comfortable with that, but
It's like-
I know 23 isn't bad. Like I think
it's not that old.
yeah,
I think most people probably have it around 21.
yeah,
You think?
yeah. On average, probably.
I think probably around then. Especially, I think it's getting older
One of
and
my
older.
friends were like 17, 18.
I think 17. I think.
So you're like, I'm.
Yeah, I'm cool.
So you just made 21
Sick.
up, so you're cool.
All I'm saying is, I'm not saying. All I'm saying is, if there's anything, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like just bow out. You know?
Yeah, like you did. Like you're
Yeah,
not
like you
gonna
did.
answer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just that if you
Exactly.
don't want to say your age, you just don't have to on this podcast.
Yeah.
So anyway, back on the airplane food.
So
Oh,
anyway,
no, we-
let's change topic, please. No. Well, it was like, I mean, yeah. I mean,
13.
well, I had to wait till I could afford a douche. Douche.
I had to wait till
I got enemas. Got a lot of enemas. Gay sex when I was 13.
Yeah. So how old were
Comedy.
you, Jackson? How old were you?
Oh, I don't want to get into it.
Oh.
Was this like a bad experience?
No, it was so good. Just out
Yeah,
of
no, it's just like it was me and my uncle. Yeah, me and my uncle. Yeah, it was all right.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Out of everything we've got on record and stuff, I don't want this on record.
Really?
How's that?
Ah, that's weird.
That's all right.
Wow, that's
all right.
weird.
So anyway, back into
Let's not go
Germans
back to
being
that.
Nazis.
No, but why were we
Airplane
talking about that?
food.
Why were we talking about that? Like first time or whatever. Oh yeah, having sex the first time and not coming or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how we got into that.
I think it's-
you brought it up, didn't you?
I think so.
Oh no, because talking about you try really hard the first time you have sex.
Yeah. You try to be kind of like a porn star, Johnny. Who's your favorite porn star?
Male porn star.
Yeah. Is
Right.
it gay to like a male porn star?
No, I just don't know their names.
Really?
Yeah.
don't
I
know
don't
Johnny's-
look up by the male.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm the weird guy then.
No, I think other people do. Like I've heard it's a thing. I don't
Yeah.
care.
There's a guy, Johnny Sins, and he's got like a YouTube channel. He does like
Okay.
vlogs and stuff like
Any
that.
sins?
And he sins a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a porn star. so he
You
does
have to
it.
download Onion Browser to watch these videos.
Oh, there's a guy hardcore. He's not my favorite porn star, but he's fucked up. He like pisses on chicks and like he's not a nice guy. But
You talking about R. Kelly?
no. They semi-consented.
Hey,
R. Kelly, there's no consent.
take that, Kells.
Is he the guy that like puts these foot on their neck and stuff?
I
like
think so. Yeah, he's a real
that? Is
piece
he
of
Italian
shit.
guy or something?
No, that's a different guy that
That's a
does the
different
same
guy.
thing. That's Yoshi, I think.
Yoshi.
Yeah, I
Super
think he-
Mario. What?
Yeah,
Whoa.
that dinosaur thing is fucking wild, man. That's why Mario always kills it. It's
Of
because like,
course.
you got to keep it down or it's going to piss on your neck.
And he's gonna have his foot on Peach's
Yeah.
neck.
No,
Yeah.
I think it is Yoshi's the one you're thinking
Japanese guy.
of. Is he Japanese? He's on your mum's house at some point.
Oh wait, what? What are you trying to say?
What are you trying?
You
We don't
haven't
joke
heard-
like that.
Yeah, come on, man.
We don't joke like
you
that.
haven't heard of the
Joke like
podcast
that.
Your Mum's House?
Wait, what?
Oh wait, is
What are
that
you trying
is
to
that Bert
imply?
No,
Kreischer?
No,
it's
no,
Tom
it's Tom
Segura.
Segura.
and
Oh, that's
Christina
I always get
Krasinski.
unfunny comedians mixed up.
You really don't like
Tom Segura's great. You mentioned this last week.
I
You didn't
mean,
like Tom Segura.
Bert's terrible, in my opinion.
Not a fan of Bert Kreischer.
Not a fan of Bert.
Bert.
Love to have him on the podcast if he wants to.
Inexperienced. But for how famous he is, he's like he's probably not a 5-year, but he didn't do comedy for so long because he was doing the Travel Channel. But because he's
Yeah.
friends with Tom Segura and like Ari Shaffir and Joe
Rogan.
Rogan, he's so famous for his level of experience. So I don't think he's
interesting.
unfunny. I just think he's like in this position where he's being pushed earlier.
He's there too.
Like, because I liked
Yeah.
Hey Big Boy a lot more than his one before Secret Time. Like, so you can see a marketable, like, not marketable, marked improvement. Like, he's
Oh,
definitely,
okay.
yeah, and he's
Yeah.
like the machine story is just awesome. Like the way he does
That's
that.
pretty overrated.
You don't like it?
I just don't know what it is.
We were talking
I
about
don't
this
know what
last
it is.
week
Yeah, we're
after the
literally
open
talking about
mic,
this.
and kind of the idea that what I brought up was like, I think it's like a lot of the West Coast kind of dudes are very Hollywood style, and like that little bit more like clean. It's not even clean. It's just the approach is kind of like
They just
more-
use laxatives and enemas.
I don't know.
It's very
man.
clean all the time. Those guys.
Burt Crusher's, yeah, very Hollywood.
Because I guess he got his start having that.
Yeah, but like
show.
when he talks about like juice cleansers, like I was off to get this juice in the morning. I was like, what the fuck? Like you're the party animal guy. Like a party animal guy to
Yeah.
me is not getting a fucking like green juice.
Oh,
like,
sometimes they do. I feel like the hardest guys on earth all end
like
up
a
juicing.
fat party animal though. Not
I
like
think so.
not like a
Murderers.
Like if you were a party animal, it's like yeah, you look after yourself as well. But
No,
like
I mean like
he's like
serial
a
killers.
fat old guy. Like
I think a lot of people end up
you
kind
say
of
serial killers.
yeah, or like murderers.
A lot of murderers end up juicing.
No, they literally end up juicing. Like, there's this guy, like, Tax Stone, who has, like, a podcast. This guy is, like, in prison.
Noel was just looking around in confusion, just trying to make sense of that whole thing.
I just think there's a lot of people who have, like, reform and end up juicing.
Lil Wayne's off the lean. He just drinks OJ now.
Really?
No.
Yeah, but Burt Crusher's still Burt Crusher's still the party guy. He hasn't stopped partying.
But he's
Like,
like,
wife and kids.
he got
Yeah.
dosed once and nearly had a heart attack. I don't think that's very
He
party.
got dosed with some vegetables.
No,
didn't
but
he?
that's because
Then we
he's
should
so
start dosing him with some.
it's because he's so unhealthy.
Sorry?
It's because he's so unhealthy, right? Because he doesn't look after himself. Like when he goes on tour, he's just drinking nonstop.
Drinking
No.
isn't partying, though.
Oh, you mean like full
Heroin.
Yeah, but he's heroin.
I'm a bit of a party
I don't
animal.
think that's
I'm a bit of a
party
party
thing.
animal,
Like
myself.
coke, yeah, speed, yeah, but heroin,
Nah,
that's a crap party.
Yeah, I'm taking the. I'm
We're
taking
talking
the
about a kid's
piss.
party, drinking a whole bunch of Coca-Cola, then running.
What?
Having Coke and running, getting a lot of speed because you're hyped up on sugar. Am I right? No?
Let's go with airplane food.
Pretty good. We went over that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what about Ari? What about Ari Shafir? What's your view on his whole like thing about getting
Dosing.
cancelled?
Oh, dosing Bert, I thought that was a dick thing to do. I think he's like way more autistic than people realize.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's like evil.
You haven't said one
No,
good
no,
thing
no,
about
no.
a Jewish person in this episode.
What? I haven't said one good thing about anyone. Like how you trying to spin it.
You're trying to like defend Bert Kreischer, and you're like, but Ari Shafir, yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
No, I like Ari Shafir, and I think he's funnier than Bert Kreischer. But no, I
just don't
think
like his
he's
people.
No, I'm actually defending Ari. I don't think he thought it was a bad thing to do
Because he's actually
because he's autistic, and I think when you look at him in that context as like a disabled person,
okay,
Oh,
that's true.
he's a very powerful disabled person. Though.
yeah,
He controls a lot of He has a big sway in the comedy community. He's got quite a big following.
he doesn't have that much power. For as famous he is, he doesn't have that much
I
power.
think he has a lot of power.
I think you're going for like the Jewish control the media thing.
You guys are trying to angle this.
Why would we do that, man? That's such a cheap joke.
But
Unless
no,
it wasn't a joke. Looks down the barrel of the camera. It's not a joke.
Yeah, yeah, like the Kobe thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see why people are upset, but I also get that's kind of his deal. That's what he does.
Yeah, it's like Anthony Jeselnik. He does the same thing. Whenever there's a tragedy, he has to make a joke about it.
Is he funny?
Hilarious.
I can't picture him.
He's funny.
Anthony
Blonde,
Jeselnik.
German kind of guy.
I thought he had red hair, doesn't he?
No. Anthony Jeselnik looks like you. Just kind of like that typical German.
Oh, I thought he was good looking, but
Yeah, he is.
Self-deprecation. Ding, ding, ding. Self-deprecation bell.
I think I'm mixing him and
Andrew Santino.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just white guys that are kind of built. Just mix them together.
Oh, Andrew Santino's like a short ranger.
No, but he's like built,
Oh, he's pretty
like lean
Santino.
and like he's good.
skinny.
No, he's not that. Like he works out.
Really?
Yeah,
Anthony Jeselnik's kind of like tall, like pretty commanding.
is he?
Yeah.
Mm.
He's kind of like the handsome boy of like comedy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's kind of like the hunk.
That's why he can get away with it more than Shafir.
Oh.
Ari's one of the worst looking people I've
He's
ever
terrible
seen.
looking.
Yeah. So that's why people. It's this thing, right?
Interesting.
So, yeah, because I was roughly this size in high school. My friend and I would make the same joke. He was like thin, and girls liked him, and they were like, "Oh, it's funny when he does it, but fuck you." And it's like, "Oh no, you just want to fuck him. So you let him get away with stuff." So like, yeah. So Jesselnik will do the same thing as Shafir, and people are like, "Shafir's a piece of shit." It's like, what about Jesselnik? Oh well, I'd like his dick in my mouth.
This
So-
is very interesting,
like
man.
that a lot. That's
I like
really-
this theory.
Yeah.
Because do you think? Well, you say that's in high school, so we've got a bunch of people who are not really held accountable for shit. You know what I mean?
But I think it's like good-looking privilege is a thing, and Jesselnik
You can get
is-
away with more.
Yeah,
But
and I
if-
feel bad for Shafir, right? Because I lose weight, I'm good-looking. What's he gonna do?
Yeah, he
Like he's already like
He's
even if
skinny,
he gets
he's
buff,
terrible. Yeah.
even if he gets buff, it's like, yeah,
He looks pretty funky.
yeah. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not hideous.
No, he's not hideous.
There's way worse looking people, but he's never gonna be.
He looks
good-looking.
kind of bad.
Though he's friends with Joe Rogan, who now is just like morphed his face from.
You were saying, you were
HGH.
mentioning that you think Joe Rogan's unattractive.
now, yeah.
I think he's very attractive.
No, I think all the HGH has like turned him into some fucking weird alien creature. You look at him when he's like 20,
Yeah.
and he's like a good-looking Italian dude.
Now he looks like a
Yeah.
good-looking white guy.
He looks like a good-looking alien. Like he doesn't look like a human.
He's like the hottest Zorg.
Yeah, and he's got like this weird bump in
He's
his
got the
stomach.
weird
Like he doesn't
stomach and
care.
everything like
If he
that, yeah.
wanted to like look after his looks, he could. He doesn't care. He just wants to be fit. He's more interested in like the raw strength and.
I
He
think
looks like a
man.
marauding.
He looks like an alpha
He looks like a
male.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like an alpha male.
Yeah, okay.
Even in the face,
he's
kinda
much
like
less of a
bald, chiseled.
He's much less of a
shadow.
pretty boy than he was. He was like
Yeah,
kind of a
no,
pretty
he's
boy.
like a. See,
Yeah,
that's a
him
man.
now.
That's an attractive looking man.
And
Is it?
Yeah.
yeah, he's got a pretty.
He's got a good face.
Does he?
Like he's just got a strong
There he is with the what are they called, kettlebells?
kettlebells.
Yeah, I'm so getting those primal kettlebells.
He looks alright there.
What
I
do
don't
you
know what
reckon?
I'm just saying about Joe Rogan.
Who the
He looks-
fuck is that?
That's Joe Rogan when he had long hair. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's definitely.
I think he looks. I think
He's
he's an
definitely in
attractive.
good shape.
I think he's an attractive man. I think he's a very
But like
attractive
that's
man.
what he used to look like.
Yeah, he looked like a heartthrob pinup.
Yeah.
Show, give us
Yeah,
a go.
so I know what you mean. Like he's more manly now.
That looks
Show-
like a
show us that-
handsome
Whereas
man.
like he was like a pretty boy almost. Like
Yeah,
like
he looks
a-
like James
the-
Dean.
in good shape, pretty boy. And now
What?
He looks like an attractive white.
Yeah, but
guy.
he's
Yeah.
like 52 and bald and old grey
yeah,
hair.
but his head I feel has changed from the HGH.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah, okay.
100%. But I think it's
Yeah.
almost good. He looks powerful.
yeah.
Looks very
He
powerful.
commands
and
more
strong.
respect now as that like freaky alien dude than he
Yes.
does as the heartthrob.
You know
from
what?
No one
Actually-
wants to listen to some pretty boy Italian
No,
talk about anything.
no.
And he's a weird guy too when you think about what he actually does. He seems very cool and normal, but he sits there for 3 hours a day, sitting with the most random celebrities. Sits there, looks
I know,
at
and he
them.
doesn't.
That's
piss.
crazy, man. That's crazy.
He doesn't piss.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No,
Whatever
I don't
he's
mean-
taking, I want to take on an airplane.
I'm gonna take
No,
that on an
I
airplane.
don't mean ever. I mean during the 3-hour podcast.
And he only eats airplane
He
food.
rarely, he rarely
To get
takes a
to-
piss during his podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got like a
Like I'm not
catheter or
convinced
something.
I can make this whole hour. And like, and like
Yeah.
3.5 hours.
And I'm not
4
talking about
hours.
taking a pee. I'm talking about the conversation.
And he'll sometimes do 2 podcasts on one day. Like it's insane.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
a crazy person.
And he
So,
drinks like, a lot
yeah.
of coffee as well.
Yeah.
He doesn't eat carbs. That probably...
Well, you're not storing the water in your body the same way if you're not eating carbs. Yeah.
Yes, that could probably
that's
be
a
his
good
trick.
point. Yeah. So we should all stop eating carbs, do lots of drugs, and we'll be famous comedians.
Yeah. We bold.
When I say drugs, I mean like HGH and testosterone. Like
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
Not
Do you-
coke.
Do you find him funny, Rogues?
See, I think the thing with Rogan is because of how famous he is, he gets compared to Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's not at that level of
No, but
comedy
if,
fame.
But if you
Yeah.
look at him as like just a comedian, yeah, he's funny. He's not a bad comedian. It's like,
yeah.
it's just he's not on the top tier.
Interesting.
That's a great point.
I like that.
I
Yeah.
liked Strange Times and I liked Triggered as well. And my friend was like trying to watch Triggered and he's like, he looks like he's on drugs. And I'm like, oh, he is. But it's
Yeah.
still funny. Like that whole thing about the female Secret Service person. And he's like, women can't do everything men can do because not even men can do everything men can do.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll beat the shit out of my wife and kids. I'm not proud of it.
It's
But I'm-
hilarious.
and I'm
love
not
Joe
That's the
Rogan.
funniest thing Joe Rogan ever did.
But then he says, I'm the wrong person to deal with a Shaq attack. Because he's like, my
Oh.
head is where Shaq's dick is. So if he is storming the White House, I'm fucked.
Yeah, I
and
think-
like that
yeah.
whole bit, I really liked back then. And yeah, his new one I enjoyed. I can't remember any of the bits, but yeah, he's good.
He's
He's
got good
just
ideas.
so famous. People are like, oh, he's not Bill Burr. It's like, fucking shit, he's not Bill Burr, but he's still good.
Yeah, but who is Bill Burr right now?
Who is Bill Burr?
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's maybe what?
A handful.
Dave
Is it-
Chappelle.
yeah, very-
yeah,
very
Dave
few.
Chappelle. Louis C.K. kind of like, I think was that like sort of maybe. I like Louis C.K. I never saw him as like top dog like a lot of people did.
I thought he was the greatest comedian to ever live.
Really?
And I thought like kind
See,
of
for
he's the
me,
comedian's
it's when
comedian.
Chappelle turns it on. It's like I don't know who can do that when he turns it on, but he's not trying to be funny right now, so it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man, like
Did you listen to the
it's like when
new
I
specials?
guess
on-
if people were alive for that, none of us. But it's like when Jordan played baseball. Everyone was like, "What the fuck,
Yeah.
man? Like, yeah, you're okay at baseball, but
you used to be
what are you doing?
the funny-
Yeah.
You're the basketball guy. Like, we need you." And they're like, "No, I'm playing baseball." It's like, that's what like Chappelle doing right now.
I guess he's in
serious
more
stuff.
serious.
It's like, yeah, you're good
he's
at
made
your
a
serious stuff,
transition.
but you're also so good at comedy.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
back to basketball, Dave. Come on, man.
I'm keen to hear your top 5.
Comedians.
Yeah.
Well, I
Always
have different
interesting.
opinions for different reasons. Like,
Mm.
so like, importance. Number 1 has to be Lenny Bruce.
Okay.
Oh.
Interesting.
And I think second most important is not Bill Cosby.
Wait, Lenny and Carl? Is that Lenny from The Simpsons?
There's something in my eye.
You don't know
Please-
who
please don't tell
Lenny
anyone
Bruce
how I
is.
live.
Lenny Bruce
Now
was,
play classical
I think-
gas.
I think Lenny Bruce was the 40s or the 50s.
I know.
Yeah.
50s.
I
He's
don't
the
know.
one that like read out the court transcripts.
Yeah.
He just ended up. He basically did what a Dave Chappelle did. He went from telling jokes to just reading out courts.
Yeah, but that's because he kept getting charged for saying fuck. I don't even know if he said fuck, but he kept saying like curse words on stage and obscene language, so he kept getting charged.
But then he turns
So
his
he-
set into just reading out court documents.
Maybe.
So he
So
kind
that
of
kind of
did a-
sucks. But
yeah.
I'm saying for importance, and
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. I know a lot of people liked Bill Cosby, but for me, Richard Pryor changed the game so much more than Bill Cosby
Ooh.
did.
Yeah, for comedy, definitely.
Yeah. So for importance, Richard Pryor has to be number 2 for importance.
Because it wouldn't be like Dave Chappelle without Richard Pryor.
Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy,
Yeah.
Chris Rock, but also white comedians. Like
Yeah,
Jerry
yeah.
Seinfeld loves Richard Pryor. Like it's not just a black thing. Like Richard Pryor is super important.
Yeah.
But yeah, like pure comedy talent is an interesting one because like I think Eddie Murphy might be the best at that,
Ooh, interesting.
but he just stopped doing comedy
Mm.
and he teased it and like just do it or shut the fuck up. Like don't tease me. That's
Yeah, don't tease me.
put your dick around my asshole. Like just put it in or don't.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what he said to the trans women. No, the trans women said to him. So, hey, yo.
yeah, you heard about that. Yeah.
He did that. He did that.
So we got what? Who we got? Bruce, Pryor.
Lenny Bruce, I don't even think I've watched his set.
So I
I'm
got
saying
Bruce-
for importance. For importance.
Yeah.
I got Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I got
Lenny from The
So
Simpsons.
Lenny
The
Bruce,
Simpsons.
Richard Pryor. I think you have to put Bill Cosby in for importance and George Carlin
Because what he did to those women was hilarious. Like talking
'cause the
about
way he-
comedy,
The
funniest
way he
comedians
does
of all
is
time.
stories. Stories is like a new thing that like wasn't a thing before.
That's what he did to the women. He would actually just tell them stories, and they would fall asleep.
George Carlin, because he
That's what-
had that like that writing ethic that no one else had. And then it's a toss up for me between. I know the more important one is Sam Kinison, but I love Hicks more.
Right.
They have that anger and
Yeah.
that. And see, the difference between their anger is like Sam Kinison like hates women.
Yeah.
And they're both dead. But Bill Hicks hated like government and like political systems, and it's like the way he angled his anger was like way more direct.
Yeah. Interesting.
This is cool to hear you talk about this, man, because you're thinking about it from a very like artistic
Yeah.
perspective and whatever.
and like
me-
importance and
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
'cause-
and-
I like that.
Because
yeah.
just funny for me, Bill Cosby's not fucking on the list at all. Like top 5, top 10, top 20. Fuck. No,
yeah, but in terms
Yeah.
of actual importance.
Because like
yeah.
for me, he's just not my style, and you know, raping women's never that hilarious. I don't know. It depends.
you never
on-
seen me rape a woman.
Depends- is she
I'll be
dre-
having funny hats on.
Maybe she's dressed as a
That's
clown,
legend, my
and
name's
like
been-
you're. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, I got it.
yeah. Maybe there's some context, but the way Cosby did it, not so much.
Yeah, not that funny.
Yeah, but yeah, from importance, I'd say that the top 5, and I'm gonna.
That's great.
I'm gonna go Hicks over than Kinison, even though Kinison taught Hicks the sort of not being liked by the crowd.
Yeah.
I think Hicks took it to a new level. Also, I want to go on record saying fuck Dennis Leary. He's a piece of shit who stole Hicks's act. And the asshole song came from a Louis C.K. bit.
You heard it here first, folks. We're starting some
Yeah,
beefs on
yeah.
the Sausage Boys podcast.
Everyone knows this. This is a...
You know what? Fuck it. Ride or die. Let's take this motherfucker out. I'm on your side, Adam.
Yeah,
No, but this is... this is common knowledge. This is common knowledge. It's just no one really talks about it. And yeah, well, someone was Dennis Leary's on the fucking Patrice O'Neill. Oh, fucking Patrice O'Neill.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Interesting. What about Dennis Quaid? He's
For
pretty funny.
importance, I don't know if Patrice
Oh, yeah.
is in there, but as like GOAT status, like Patrice is definitely in the conversation. It's like a different sort of conversation.
It's probably later. He probably fits in kind of with the CKs and stuff like that. He probably inspired the next generation.
yeah, but Patrice
the
is
thing.
fucking but Dennis Leary's in the Patrice documentary, and I'm like, fucking hell, man, like what are you doing? Fuck Dennis.
Yeah, let's call
Have
him
you
Dennis
seen-
Query.
Have you seen that
Probably has
documentary?
sex with men, doesn't he? Probably has sex with men.
There's a great interview with Bill Hicks in London, and
Full stop.
they said, "Why did you quit smoking?" And he said, "Oh, I wanted to see if Dennis Leary would."
Oh. Man, you know your shit.
You hear that, Dennis
It's
Query?
sick, bro, because I know
Yeah.
none of this.
I've been
like,
a comedy nerd way longer than I've been doing comedy. Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
the case
right.
with a lot of comedians. I think to get into it. Oh, actually, no.
I'm not really
Some
that.
people are just fucking.
Yeah, you
I was
like,
just
let's get up.
silly schoolyard, and now it's going backwards. You know what I mean? Like I always enjoyed comedy,
becoming
but
dumber.
You're becoming serious. and-
yeah. What does that mean?
it
I'm
mean,
serious
Silly
and I'm
on the schoolyard,
uneducated.
now I'm silly at a preschool. And
No, I'm serious and uneducated.
I've been arrested because I was throwing poo at 3-year-olds.
What? It's funny. It's funny. I've been on a plane all week. Had to let it out somewhere.
I put the
blocked
cum
up.
in complain.
But you're not one of those guys who started off.
No, I'm doing it backwards. Yeah, just being silly schoolyard, ha ha ha, and now learning the greats.
Yeah.
Doing
Doing
it
it backwards. I'm letting a man have sex with me. Switch things around a little
I
bit.
don't know if that is backwards. I think that's sort of the normal thing, like historically. And
To
like,
get into comedy and then be like, oh,
And
let me
then
figure out
learn,
what's going
yeah.
on.
No, I was just making jokes, and now I'm getting into comedy.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh
like
yeah, no, that is backwards. Yeah, because
not a stand-up comic. I was never a stand-up comic until until I started doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
But before that, I was always making jokes, doing little shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
Like
a
I was
funny guy.
being a funny guy, and now I'm trying to be a comic.
Yeah.
And now you're getting
I
into
feel like
comedy.
we were just trying to work out what the fuck you were talking about, and you made it more confusing. So
Oh, bro, that's square one of this podcast.
It's my girlfriend said this morning.
But no, I've gotten more into the history of comedy since I've been doing it.
Yeah.
That's like I didn't know who Mitch Hedberg was,
Oh, bro,
and then
he's like my favorite right now. I think.
he's a good and Stephen
Until he
Wright
gave
I
me
discovered
head.
from the
What's the name?
the Comedy Store documentary. Stephen Wright, and
Stephen
he's really
Wright.
cool too. They're like these one-liner guys that are because one-liner guys sort of don't exist. Like you got David Tell, Mark Norman, Sam Morrill's a little bit like that.
Jimmy Carr.
Jimmy Carr's a big one at the moment.
Yeah,
Someone he may
there's
have been
definitely some
edging
rumors
him
that
over the
he
weekend.
has writers though.
Dude,
Jimmy
Gavin.
Carr.
Yeah, that might not be true.
I can
Oh,
imagine.
no,
him
Jimmy
having
Carr
writers.
has writers.
Yeah,
He says like straight jokes, really
Yeah.
straightforward straight jokes.
but like that,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Mitch Hedberg wrote all of his own stuff. Like that was him.
and it's kind
Are
of
you
in his voice.
Are
And
you
then-
familiar with Mitch Hedberg, Noah? So, like, an example of one of his jokes is like, he's like, he's like, rice is a great food if you're hungry and you feel like 2,000 or something.
Maybe
And every joke like that, he's just got a million of them. Like,
hilarious and so
I
kind of
love
chill.
that advertisement said to me, "Forget everything you knew about slipcovers." So I did. That was a weight off my mind. Then they tried to sell me slipcovers. I didn't know what they were.
it's like my neighbor bangs on the wall if I'm playing my music too loud, and I like to mess with him. So I say, "Go around."
Maybe
You might have a handle on that side, but on this side it is blank. I can't let you into a wall.
maybe
Yeah.
Bigfoot is just blurry.
Yeah, I love that. It's not a photo problem. It's a blurry problem.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So go on, Noah. What's your favorite Mitch Hedberg joke? We've all done one.
You should listen to him. He's great. Stephen Wright is pretty good as well. I was talking about how because he's kind of weird. Gavin was like, once again, sitting in the open mic scene, but everyone was going, "Who the fuck are these people?"
Oh, really?
And so Mitch Hedberg's like the acid comic.
Yes.
Whereas
Oh.
Stephen Wright's like the weed comic. So he's a little weird. He's not as weird, but he's really good as well. But yeah, Mitch Hedberg, the most amazing thing was he was writing all day and he was a heroin addict. It's like, if you're on coke, that's like kind of expected. Like Stephen King powered his career
Yeah.
through cocaine. Writing all day on heroin. What
His
the
jokes are
fucking
pretty heroin-y,
animal?
though. Like,
Yeah,
he's coming from
but
a
what
different
a fucking
angle.
animal. You can
Yeah.
do anything other than sleep and occasionally shit yourself. Like, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
how hyper was he before the heroin? Like,
of course.
He's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
bouncing. Like, someone's got to calm this fucking guy down.
He was like, did he almost mimic Kurt Cobain kind of with his whole look and everything like that? Do you think they were
I'm
around at
pretty
the
sure he
exact same time?
predates
Or he's before Kurt?
Cobain. Yeah,
Really?
I'm pretty sure. Kurt Cobain was like
Billy Ray Cyrus.
what?
Mitch Hedberg, is that
His
Billy
look,
Ray.
yeah, but he's before him as well. I think he's just from the 70s. Like I think
70s? I thought it was...
maybe
90s.
80s.
80s, 90s, 2000s.
Don't break my enema.
My achy breaky
Enema.
When did
Unless
Bazooka,
you
suka,
are my-
enema.
he definitely wasn't in the 70s. That was
Unless
some
you're
bullshit.
my
'Cause
boyfriend.
he was born in 68, so I got that wrong.
Ah,
With the
okay.
70s.
I thought he was kind of, yeah.
When was he active?
When was Mitch Hedberg?
1989 to 2005. Yeah, so he was
so he was
definitely
in the 90s.
before both Billy Ray Cyrus and Kurt Cobain.
89. When was... Cobain?
Nevermind came out like 92.
So he would have been starting around or popping around the same time.
A little bit before Kurt Cobain, yeah.
But he wouldn't have popped in 89. He may have popped 95.
Yeah,
Mitch
but I don't
Hedberg.
think he was inspired by Kurt Cobain.
They looked so similar. And even kind of the way
I
they
think people
dressed.
just look like that.
Yeah, maybe it was just
Heroin.
like this.
Oh,
what,
does everyone dressed like
what do you
that?
call it? Parallel thinking or something?
Yeah.
I'm
when-
just getting confused by like the. Have you listened to Nirvana? Like, it's not one-liners. Like,
Wait, I mean, Kurt Cobain was one of my favorite comedians.
But he did have songs about rape.
yeah,
Oh,
that
he
was my
did.
favorite
Yeah, but
joke when he
himself,
said,
though.
"Rape me, my friend."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
And it's
a
like,
great
what?
joke.
They're probably not your
Yeah,
friend.
that's so funny, man. Like,
Kurt.
if you ask someone to rape you, it's not rape,
Yeah.
is it? How is that? Like, aha.
I also thought it was hilarious when he killed himself.
I like that
was
joke that he had and it was
hilarious.
like, come as you are, as a friend, as I want you to be.
Yeah, covered in dirt. You're like, why?
Smells
Have
like
a
Teen
bath
Spirit
first.
was just him kind of hanging out around schools, smelling kids.
Really? Maybe I take after Kurt. So what was it? Stephen
Right.
Reich.
Stephen Reich. I like Stephen Reich.
What does Reich mean?
The Reich.
I actually
My favourite
don't
comedian,
know.
Stephen
I think
Reich.
It's like Kingdom or Reign.
Oh, okay.
The Reichstag.
But right is spelled. It's like to the right, but with a W in front of it.
East.
Yeah, it's Stephen Weist. You're right. It's Stephen Weist.
Bam. Hey. Stephen Reich. What about Stephen Wrong?
Just a strike. You like bowling at him? Have you seen those memes recently? And they're like the. It's not that funny. They're like the strike.
I didn't find it funny at all. This is hilarious. What's going on with you? And why aren't you wearing pants? I
Right.
didn't notice that before. What's going on?
Oh, yeah, wearing pants. They're just.
Oh, they look like boxes.
Yeah.
That's not your penis? I thought you just had a silky penis.
I just assumed. You know, I just thought he's just got
I
his
thought,
dick coming at
it
me.
was a dragon.
Then why is it giving me 3 wishes?
You like genies, Adam? I grant your wish.
Yeah. Interesting. So what's your top 5 comedians, Adam? Not me. I'll tell you that much.
We go with you, Jackson. Who are your favorite?
Yeah, there's just certain things.
Dylon, and Dylon.
There's certain things I just don't want to talk about, and we'll just find out. It's just maybe one of those. So
I'm talking about sniffing children, but not my favorite comedians.
we're walking a line.
Some
and
things are just off limits, man.
This is just my line. I'm sorry. It's just my line. So anyway,
But but they have
You
to
like
be
bowling?
black, female, and Australian.
so no one there.
I actually can't think of any. That's the end of the point. They don't have to be.
Stop.
Just your favorite comedians.
No, I'm really trying to think.
I really like Paulini from Australian Idol. I like Jessica Malboy. I like Marsha Hines.
Marsha Hines is the first name I knew.
The first name you ever knew in life.
No, of what you were just saying. What the fuck is Pauline?
You didn't know Paulini from Australian Idol?
Nah.
Really?
No, but Jessica Malboy, you must know Jessica Malboy.
must know Jessica
She was in the
Malboy.
Sapphires.
What the fuck is this? Oh no, yeah, okay, yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, Paulini. Do you know Paulini?
Actually, no. Fuck the. We've only got like a little bit left. Let's take some questions from the fans. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have any. No, I was gonna say. Maybe we could use that time to ask you like a little bit more about the scene because we know nothing.
About the scene?
Yeah, like what about like? Because man, we're coming in there with pretty red hot jokes. This is literally what I find funny.
Okay. Sorry, you're coming in with red hot. They're jokes that you find really funny. So you got to learn that.
Not the audience or me or
Yeah.
So you gotta learn that sometimes what you find funny isn't funny to the majority of people, and sometimes what you find okay is way funnier. Like I had that joke. What is it about the weed? Like couples who use weed are significantly less likely to engage
Domestic
in
violence.
I remember this one. Yeah.
That one, I was like, that's okay. That's kind of
What's the punchline in that one?
the punchline is, but they're
Me
far more
and my
likely
wife
to
later
argue.
tonight.
No, they're far more likely to argue over pizza toppings.
That's
So I came in and I was like, that's okay.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the jokes that people like the most. So it's like, you don't know what's funny. It's like what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you don't,
yeah, I feel you.
You don't know. Because like I was like, oh, that's kind of hack. Like it's okay. And like that's
I
one
don't
of the-
think that's hack at all.
Yeah, see, I think
I don't think that's
overthink-
obvious.
It's clean. I
It's
guess.
clean, yeah.
It's clean, but it's
Yeah.
also it's not complicated. Sometimes I want to overcomplicate jokes. Like I like obscure facts and like things like that. And people are like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking.
Yeah,
about.
because you got like this smart, like the I'm gonna give you facts, and then present it in a way which
Yeah.
is funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Which
Well,
is
I
unique,
don't know.
'cause you
if
don't
I'm-
really have to be crude.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's not about crude. It's like sometimes I want to be like more obscure with like the punchline and stuff, and that doesn't work. But that's me. I find that funny, and sometimes you gotta have them
Yeah.
understand. Like if they don't understand, they're not gonna laugh at the joke.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of an example. Like, if you made like an engineering joke and you're like, it's funny because the chemicals are wrong. They'd be like,
Engineering. What
the
does
fuck?
what does the N stand for? Am I right?
So you just got to
Sometimes there's a
learn
disconnect between
Yeah,
the
a lot of the time.
Is my penis? I name my penis ER because it's hard.
I do have the penis naming joke. I like that one.
Yeah. Your penis naming joke.
Yeah.
What's that one?
Yeah. Well, no.
Do you want to put these on record as well? Is that
Yeah,
a weird
that's
thing
a-
to
Oh,
do?
yeah, true. Because we're gonna probably use them now. They're public domain.
No.
Well, yeah, we actually own the rights.
Yeah,
to
that's-
this recording. So
Well, you don't.
Oh, we do.
No.
that's how we. That's
No,
what
I
we're actually getting
suppose
comedians
if it's like a couple of jokes, it doesn't hurt. But I'm not going to just list my jokes because you asked me about the scene. The point is,
How about you just do your set?
we
Yeah.
got 5 minutes left.
The point is that you don't know what's funny really. You have an idea of what you find funny, and you learn that the more you do it. And I still don't fucking know what's funny, and I won't probably ever. I don't know even if fucking Dave Chappelle knows what's funny. Apparently, George Carlin got to a point where he was like 97% sure of what was funny. So like that's awesome.
And he's not that funny.
At the end, he got really preachy. But he was also pumping out specials like once a year. That was just like way too much. Like if
Right.
if he gave it one, like every 2 years,
Yeah.
he might have had a killer special every 2 years. Like so.
He was more like a genius or like a philosopher or a genius. I feel Carlin rather than a comedian.
Yeah, but
like
you
really
could
cool
say the
ideas.
same about Chappelle. Like I think
Yeah.
Oh, true.
George Carlin just didn't give it breathing space at the end, which is sort of, yeah. So you learn what's funny. Get to know people and be friends with people. That's a big thing.
That's what we're trying to do now. We don't actually even have a podcast. We just set this whole thing up.
No, it's not even real.
I'm not the one to get to know.
I mean, it's been a fucking fun time.
Yeah,
at the
I
very
enjoy
least.
hanging out with you.
It's been a
but
very fun
I mean,
episode.
Yeah. Get to know people who run rooms and shit. This fucking guy with an okay penis joke. But no, I really enjoy the Sydney scene because the Wollongong scene's non-existent.
Like my penis.
So it's pretty dry up there.
This motherfucker. You're a funny guy.
I just thought I saw a twitch in your eye, and I was like, "Adam's about to fucking kill me in my own house." Goddamn. Oh, Ronda Rousey. We didn't get into Ronda Rousey.
Oh,
We're out of time.
Oh,
We're seriously out of time. We're gonna have to save that. We're gonna have to save that. So what is it? Wait, there was that comedian, Stephen
Right.
Grabsch.
Airplane food. Something
I
that
can't believe we did a whole chunk
something-
on fucking airplane food.
Yeah, we did.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, we did.
Like, we're the edgy podcast. We're discussing what fucking...
So yeah, airplane food makes
even
it
Jerry
funny.
Seinfeld won't touch because it's too fucking hack. He's the clean comic, and he's like, no, everyone's
No,
done
I'm
that
not gonna-
shit.
Done it before. What's up, little peanuts? Everything's getting small. Airplane food, phones.
White people
dicks.
walk like this.
And black people, we walk like this.
You seen the Futurama thing? People on the yellow moon walk like
Oh.
this.
All right. Well, I guess that's it, gentlemen.
Yeah, cool.
Black
Thanks
people
for
be like,
having
"What's
me.
up?"
No.
You have to have me back to talk about like
Rousey.
Oh, yeah, he-
want to rape Rousey or something.
You want to
like that?
what? Yeah, what do you want to do with her?
Yeah. So that's it.
Comedian's Bill Cosby.
Do we have anything to plug? Is that cool?
Yeah, plug some stuff. Plug away.
I should plug my Instagram. I'm actually got
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is exciting.
I've got a podcast I'm doing, but it's not ready yet.
Oh,
It's a movie podcast I'm doing with a friend. We both did our film studies.
sick.
You know what? In future, we got to do plugs at the beginning and plugs at the end. That's what we
Yeah,
gotta do.
yeah.
And I gotta
Why,
do
why don't I
plug
know my
my
own
boyfriend later
fucking...
tonight.
It's just Adam Grabsch with no spaces. It's just Grabsch. Adam Grabsch.
Adam Grabsch.
That's good that you can get your first last name. No.
Yeah, that's the good thing
Underscore
about
anything like
having
that.
a really unique last name that no one can pronounce.
Yeah,
It's-
you get a lot of.
Yeah, that's good.
I've got
You'll be able to look it up.
adamgrabsch.com as a website. I don't use it for fucking anything, but I'm
Good
going to set it
website.
up at
You
one
pay for
point.
a website.
Yeah, because I did computer science, so I can set it up when I want to.
Oh,
But I don't have anything to promote. But yeah, go on my Instagram. I'll announce shit. I'll probably put this on there.
Yep.
Like if I can have like 5 minutes or 30 seconds of this.
1 minute.
Yeah, whatever. An
Oh,
amount.
what did you say you can have?
If I can have that, I can put
Oh,
that
absolutely.
on
As
this.
much as you
Yeah,
want.
100%.
Advertise it
You can
to.
have as much as you want, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Yeah,
Do
real
it
good
again.
fun.
Follow Adam if you're listening.
Yeah.
Funny dude. We're gonna all probably be at the. I'm gonna be at the open mic on Thursday at Crown Comedy. What's it called? The Louis Hotel.
The Louis Hotel.
Louis
yeah.
Hotel.
At Lewisham. Yeah. Some people call it the Lewis Hotel. I don't know which is correct.
Yeah.
We're not
true.
in France.
Some
so
people
let's
call it the
Lewis
Lou.
Hotel.
Yeah.
Call it the Lou. Call it the
Um,
airplane. Go
When
to
does
the
it- when
airplane,
does this come
do it
out?
On the airplane.
This comes out. I'll put it up probably Wednesday.
okay. Cool.
And I'll be coming out later tonight. Family. Yeah.
on my live stream, on my Facebook live stream. I'll be killing myself shortly afterwards. That's a throwback to our
That is a
fans.
throwback for our fans.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've all killed themselves, so it's an awkward.
Yeah. We've got some boundaries.
Yeah, they're like,
there,
oh, the
really.
joke is we kill ourselves.
Hey.
You're like, why don't we have any fans that keep hanging themselves?
All right. Well, yeah. Thanks, Adam, for being on here. It's been very fun. Thanks, Noah, for producing.
Yeah.
And peace out from your boys, Jackson.
Yo, Terry Crews. Yow. Yep.
Terry Crews? All right. See ya.
I like that ending. I like that ending.